What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I am back with another review video. Big shout out goes out to Happyrun for reaching out to me and asking me to review one of their amazing e-bikes. This is the G100 model, and so far from first impressions I must say that this bike is absolutely beautiful and I'm really impressed. I also wanted to show you guys what I look like on this thing because it's pretty massive. I am 5'8", 160 pounds, and this bike is rather large, and this is what I look like on the bike. The seat is a little bit more back because we have this nice looking massive battery up in the front, but the sitting position is actually really nice, and the suspension on this thing is really nice as well. I can't wait to try that out. In this review, I'm going to be going over everything there is to know about this beautiful e-bike. We're going to talk about the specs. We're going to do a speed test, a brake test. I'm going to ride around and talk about the riding experience, and as an added bonus, we're going to take it on a little mini off-road trail I have over here, because I am, after all, at the world famous VoltedAdventures testing grounds. There will be chapters down below, so feel free to skip around to whatever part is of interest to you. But first, let's get started with the specs. So what we got here is the Happyrun G100 electric bike. It features a 1000 watt, 2000 watt peak hub motor in the rear, coupled with dual batteries. The top one is a 48 volts 20 amp hour. The bottom one is a 48 volts 18 amp hour for a combined total of 38 amp hours. That is insane. This should give you a range of up to 85 miles depending on riding mode and riding conditions, of course. We have 20-inch by 4-inch puncture resistant tires, coupled with hydraulic brakes front and rear with 160mm rotors. This bike also has an adjustable suspension fork in the front and dual rear shocks in the rear for a smooth, comfortable ride. We also have a Shimano 7-speed with the Shimano derailleur, a built-in storage compartment, which is really nice, as well as a large, comfortable seat. In the front of the bike, we have a headlight that is really bright, as well as turn signals. In the rear, we have a rear light with an active brake light and turn signals as well. That is great. The total weight of this bike is 110 pounds with the max load capacity of 400 pounds. And up on the handlebars, we have our rear brake, our half twist throttle, our start button and mode selector, as well as the Shimano 7-speed. In the center, we have a nice large color display, and on the left side we have our front brake, our headlight on-off switch, our turn signals, and a horn. And that is pretty much it for the specs. Now, as far as the price, this bike is currently going for $12.99, but I will have a discount code for you guys, so make sure to check that out along with a link in the description. If I'm not mistaken, you're going to get $100 off using my code, so keep that in mind if you're interested in this bike. Now, is this thing good value for money or not? That is exactly what we're going to find out by the end of this video. Now, before we continue, just a few things that stand out to me right off the bat is, first of all, the build quality of this thing. The frame looks pretty sturdy, and I like that a lot. Second thing is the size. It's a bit bigger than your normal e-bike size. You've seen that in the intro of me sitting on the bike and how I look like on it, but it looks pretty massive. Another thing that sticks out to me personally is the design. I love the color scheme of this thing. I love the yellow wheels. I think it's amazing. And also these rear shocks over here look very beefy, and I can't wait to test them out. Alright, now before we continue, I want to show you the starting procedure on this thing. The bottom battery does have an on-off switch over here. Hopefully you guys can see that. That has to be in the on position, and this bike actually comes with 2 NFC cards. I got them right here. So you hold down this S button for a few seconds, and now it's waiting for the NFC. Put the NFC up to the screen, and the bike gets unlocked and ready to go. The bike has 5 speed modes, and you can access them by hitting this S button for a single click. So we got 0, which means no throttle, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're gonna test mode number 5 right now. I got my GPS app open and the max speed reset. I'm gonna put that in my pocket for safety, and let's see how fast this thing can get. Now, Happyrun claims that this model can go up to 38 miles an hour, which is pretty intense. We'll see if we have enough room on this road to reach that speed. And I apologize if you can't see the screen well. It is very, very bright. I can hardly tell, but the screen, I think, is showing 32 miles an hour. It's not good enough. We're at the end of the road. Let me stop over here. The screen showed 32 miles an hour, which is 6 miles an hour less than what was advertised. I don't think it was gaining any more than that, to be honest with you. When I was riding over here, I couldn't pass that threshold anyways. But let's see what our phone has to say. So our phone is showing 30.8 miles per hour. And that was our speed test. Now, I did try running it in the opposite direction as well, off camera. I couldn't get it to go to 38 miles an hour. Maybe it's my weight, maybe it's a different factor. I'm not 100% sure, but the fastest I can get to was 30.8. Now let's do our brake test. These are hydraulic brakes, which is a beautiful thing to see, and they're brand new, so keep that in mind. They're only going to get better with time as they bed themselves in. But there's a bush coming up over there to the right. Let's catch some speed. Bike's showing 28, 29. I'm stopping in 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah, that rear locked up and stopped again, and we left a pretty nasty mark over here. An estimated, I want to say 25 to 30 feet. All right, let's run this brake test one more time. As I said, these are brand new. They should get better and better with time. The rear like locked up and then stopped and then locked up again. That was interesting. But anyways, 3, 2, 1. I think we did better this time. I can see my old mark over here. We did better. Better by maybe 3 to 4 feet better. I was also more assertive on the brakes. The brakes themselves feel very, very nice, I must say. And that was our brake test. Now let's talk about the bike itself and the company. As far as the company, Happyrun has been around. It's a very well-known brand, and they got really high quality products. They actually have another model which I would love to test out. I believe it's called the G100, and that particular bike is kind of like a direct competitor to the Frigo X2. They look very similar, and they got very similar specs, and it's almost like a cheaper alternative to a Sauron, if that's something that you're looking at. So yeah, Happyrun, if you're watching this and you're enjoying my review, I would love to test out that G300. But back to this bike, the G100. I love the geometry on this thing. I'm getting more and more comfortable with it. You can really get low when you're carving with it. It's really nice, and I believe it has to do with these tires. These are beautiful tires. You get so much traction out here. It's really fun just carving around. Yeah, it's so nice. Geometry is really, really nice. Bike itself is pretty sturdy, straight as an arrow, very beautiful. And as kind of bulky as it looks, it's actually pretty nimble. Let's see our turning radius over here. Like I said, it's a rather large e-bike. Let's see. Oh yeah. Yeah. No, turning radius is fine. The throttle response is nice. You can get really low responses by barely moving it. You don't have to, it's not like 0 to 100, you know. Some of these throttles are like very, very nice. You can give it a little bit more. Really nice. I like that. As far as the suspension, I showed you that in the intro, but the suspension really nice and smooth. Of course, we're gonna fully test it out when we're doing our off-road section. As far as the seating position, you saw that as well when I was sitting on it, but if you were to pedal this thing, the seat is rather wide, so I feel it hitting the sides of my thighs as I pedal, but nothing too annoying. Yeah, pedaling is decent on this thing. Overall, Everything feels very, very solid on this thing. I like it a lot, actually. Another thing is, I thought that this battery, this massive battery on the top, it would change the center of gravity and it would be like top heavy, but you can't even feel it, to be honest with you. It feels very grounded. So I really, really like that. So far, 2 thumbs up for me. But now, let's test our off-road capabilities. Now, big disclaimer, this is not really an off-roader. It's not meant for that. At least with these tires. Maybe if you change the tires, but... So keep that in mind, please. Also, this path, this trail, this mini trail, is bumpy, very bumpy, ups and downs. The camera never shows it, but wow, we are flying over here. And there's a little hill climb up here, which this thing just eats up. No problem at all. And this whole area overgrew. Oh, I just lost my phone. Oh, you're good, brother. I lost my phone. I felt that thing go whoop, out of my pocket. Good thing I felt it. Yeah, it just flew out of my pocket. Hey, buddy.
Oh, you're gonna get helloed.
Hi. They usually trip out when I have a helmet on,
yeah,
but
I think so. I think that's what's throwing it.
yeah, he's like, "What is this? A human?" Take care, man. All right, back to our adventure. I'm happy that I felt my phone slip out of my pocket. We got it. Everything is great. But yeah, this thing is conquering this trail with ease. And again, it's not even meant for that. Which is really, really good. Very, very impressed, I must say. And we're flying through that section. So very, very good. But now, let's stop, assess the situation, and see if anything got loose or anything is weird with the bike after this off-road section. Main thing I'm looking at is like the headset, which is solid. Tires are still good. Everything seems in place. Yeah, no, everything is solid over here. Alright, well, that was really, really fun. I was really, really excited when I received this bike to review it. It just looks absolutely beautiful. Now, another thing that I forgot to mention earlier, it does actually come with like a carbon fiber rear fender that you can install. I chose not to install it. Just want to throw it out there. I think it looks better without it, but it does come with it. It also comes with like a bike lock, another NFC chip, 2 chargers for the 2 batteries. Pretty nice stuff. Now let's do things I like, things I don't like, and is this a good value for money? Things I like, there are many. I love the look, I love the design, I love the suspension, I love the brakes, I love the turn signals. Amazing, very good to have. I like the dual battery and the range you're getting. I like that screen. I like the NFC chip. I think it's a nice touch. Some people don't like it, some people do. I like it. And I like the seat. I didn't speak about that, but it's very, very comfortable. Now, things I don't like, and I always try to find something I don't like with my reviews just to kind of be fair. But there is only one thing that I do not like about this bike, and it's the fact that I couldn't hit the advertised speed. That is very, very important. Now, a bunch of factors come into play when you're talking about speed. Literally, rider weight, conditions outside, tire pressure. I don't know, I put the tire pressure to what it suggested, which is 20 psi. I weigh 160, and we were able to hit 30.8 instead of 38. So that is the one thing that unfortunately I don't like about this bike. Now, with that being said, is this a good value for money or not? For $12.99 plus my $100 discount, again, link in the description, check it out. For that price and the components you're getting over here, then it's very, very good value for money. If this bike was able to hit 38 miles an hour as advertised. For me, maybe I got a weird one, I'm not 100% sure, but if it was able to hit 38 miles an hour, I'd give it a 10 out of 10. So because of that reason, I'm giving this bike a 9 out of 10, and that's actually something new that I'm starting to do on the channel. I'm also going to rate these bikes and give them a grade. So this one's getting 9 out of 10. It would have been a 10 out of 10 if it hit the advertised top speed. Now I'm pretty sure I went over everything there is to know about this e-bike, but in case I missed anything, please drop a comment. I'll do my best to answer. If I was able to provide you guys with any type of value, I'd highly appreciate it if you left a like on this video. It's free for you. It helps me out a lot. If you want to see more of these reviews, and there are plenty more coming, definitely hit that subscribe button. But that is pretty much it for me, guys. My name's Tom. This has been the Happyrun G100 review. I appreciate you guys watching, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.